Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 2 of our perfect assassination runs of Hitman. If you've watched Season 1 of this series, then you know exactly what to expect, but if you are brand new to the series, then welcome, one and all. Sit back and relax as we begin to plan our very first, no HUD, suit-only, silent assassin, master difficulty run of Hitman 2's first mission, Nightcall. As always, the loadout for the mission will be the original starting location, 47 signature suit, the ICA gold baller, the lockpick MK3 and 3 coins, and as always the video will be broken down into 2 stages. The first stage is the plan, where we will be scouting out the area, picking up lots of intel, finding the best routes, uncovering secret passageways, and above all making lots and lots of mistakes. The second stage is the execution, where we will turn all of the HUD options off and we will carry out the plan that we designed in stage 1. Agent 47 finds himself in the unfamiliar land of New Zealand, where hobbits roam free and Kiwis are eaten every single day, or something like that. It has been revealed that every single target from Hitman Season 1 was orchestrated by one individual, the Shadow Client, which is a very cool nickname. It turns out that the Shadow Client has been requesting the deaths of members of a secret elite organisation called Providence. They are the ones that Beyonce might say run the world. Providence is not best pleased with the ICA having wiped out many of their members, and so have tasked the ICA with finding and wiping out the Shadow Client along with whoever his little squad is instead. An Uno reverse card, if you will. The ICA board have agreed to Providence's contract, and based on the intel we picked up from Colorado, we found a key member of the Shadow Client's militia, Alma Reynard, the girlfriend of the now deceased Sean Rose, who was unfortunately flattened under very suspicious circumstances. The ICA have managed to track Reynard to a remote beach house where she and her new squeeze Orson Mills are currently carrying out a series of coordinated attacks. The ICA want us to get in, obtain information on the Shadow Client and get out, but we may just end up with a little bit more than we bargained for. So, without further ado, I present the planning stage of Nightcall. In run 1, I quickly made my way across the private beach, wondering to myself why 47 couldn't park his dinghy just a little bit closer. Upon arrival to the house, I spotted a couple of cameras dotted around the perimeter, so took them all out and then proceeded to the garage door. Using my trusty lockpick, I was able to pick the lock and gain entry, and to my horror, I found what looked like a scene straight out of the Saw franchise. Upon opening the fan door, 47 began practicing his recon skills.
Masks, rope, chloroform.
Oh my! I picked up the chloroform just in case and then closed the garage door behind me, ensuring that if anybody turned up they wouldn't suspect a thing. Obviously, except all of the broken cameras. I headed through a nearby door and found myself watching the live action version of Finding Nemo, and then headed into the open plan living room. As I headed up the stairs, I unfortunately got spotted by a camera, not that you'd know because I'd forgotten to turn the HUD back on after finishing up Season 1. I headed into Reynard's messy bedroom and found a file lying next to the bed containing details on Rupert Pierce, the founder of Dynasty Global, the world's largest online retailer, aka the Jeff Bezos of the Hitman multiverse. The intel stated that Pierce was based in London, and with Reynard currently residing in Middle-earth, it wasn't likely that Pierce was the immediate target. However, the vice president of Dynasty Global, Lance Donovan, is a New Zealand native, and this was interesting for some reason. After being unable to find a new outfit in the large walk-in wardrobe, I headed back into the bedroom and spotted the most hideous painting I think I've ever seen in my entire life. You can tell a lot about a person by the type of artwork and size of the artwork that they hang in their bedroom, making it the last thing they see before they close their eyes and the first thing they welcome as a new dawn breaks. I truly believe that the person that hung this monstrosity is more haunted than the boy from Insidious. Continuing into the ensuite bathroom, I opened the cabinet and found a bottle of lethal pills, furthering my hypothesis that this Reynard character was truly disturbed. I eventually made my way toward an encrypted home computer and then had Diana tell me to search for hidden panels, as the floor plan she was looking at showed that the room was a lot bigger. Instead, I ran out onto the balcony and down the stairs and then found some rat poison sat on the shelf. I headed back toward the secret room, clicked the painting on the wall and found a bunker filled with lethal weapons. Actual weapons, not the movie franchise. On the wall I found a whiteboard which I firstly mistook for a shopping list, which had details of an extraction that was due to be carried out on VP Donovan. I headed down the nearby staircase, flicked the switch and found myself in the sinister garage, and then when I turned to head back up the stairs, the door closed in my face, suggesting to me that this place definitely had ghosts. I headed round and back into the secret room, killed the cameras and then found exactly what I needed conveniently placed on the table beside me. I then read through all of the intel I'd collected so far and found some juicy gossip. The two nameless murder victims currently upturned in the garage turned out to be Godfrey Newman and his wife. Not that we know who they are yet. Newman was a member of the Olympic Committee, and with New Zealand having recently made a bid to host the next Olympic Games, it was likely that Newman was planning to meet with the New Zealand Prime Minister, who just so happened to be hosting a garden party that very evening, with the Prime Minister being the brother of the Dynasty Global VP, Lance Donovan. It appears that Reynard and her boyfriend have impersonated this Newman character and his wife in an attempt to infiltrate the Prime Minister's garden party with the intention of carrying out a kidnapping against Donovan in an attempt to get close to the member of Providence, Rupert Pierce. After plugging the dongle in and not finding any information whatsoever on the Shadow client, Reynard and her boyfriend returned from their wild night out, and Diana gave me the green light on eliminating Reynard. After everybody entered the property and settled down, I sat relatively still behind the barricade and overheard all of the conversations that took place. The dynamic duo had gone to the party to kidnap Donovan's wife and two daughters in an attempt to blackmail Donovan into killing his boss, because Donovan was currently in London with Pierce. After Reynard sent the photos to Donovan, she asked her boyfriend Orson to fix her a cup of tea, and when he asked if she wanted sugar or honey, she replied,
honey.
Which of course was an obvious invitation to go ahead and poison said honey. After Reynard drank her tea, she came upstairs and I accidentally got spotted by Orson, so killed him and then failed to kill Reynard, so hit restart. In run 2, I turned all of the HUD options back on, and this time headed through the front door of the house and straight toward the rat poison in the boiler room and then to the honey in the kitchen. I thought that this was going to be the easiest mission I'd done so far. I headed up the stairs, entered the secret room, killed the cameras, plugged in the dongle and then sat and waited for Orson to ask what Reynard wanted with her tea, to which she replied,
sugar.
In run 3, I picked up the rat poison and poisoned the honey again, assuming that she would alternate her choice between runs, so if my calculations were correct, she said honey first, sugar second, so would say honey again. Sure enough, and as my wife will tell you is often the case, I was wrong.
Sugar.
This was frustrating because it meant that it was literally random every time. Fortunately, I had saved the game just before spiking the sweet stuff, so reloaded, and this time, to spice things up a bit, I laced the honey again. Fortunately, Reynard decided to align herself with my actions and chose honey to sweeten her tea, and so now I just needed to follow where she went to throw up the poison. She headed into a bathroom on the ground floor, and after clambering down the stairs right behind the worst bodyguard of all time, I waltzed into the bathroom, drowned Reynard in her own toilet, dragged her body into a wardrobe in the connecting room, then headed back up the stairs, through the secret room and into the garage. There was only one way out of this mission, and that was on the dinghy that I travelled in on, but this time, heading back, it wouldn't be a leisurely stroll along the beach, as the entire area was littered with guards carrying big guns. I managed to get through the beach using the long grass as cover, which always amazes me that nobody could see the moonlight gleaming off my bald head. After causing an explosion to one of the nearby vehicles, the guards that were currently hanging around my boat came running, which gave me complete freedom to leave completely undetected. I finished the mission in 11 minutes and 30 seconds, but of course there was no way I could guarantee I would choose the correct sweetener to poison, and leaving it up to chance felt a little bit cheaty. I would of course eventually choose the correct one, but guessing is not how we do things on this channel, so it was back to the drawing board. In run 5, I found some expired cans of spaghetti sauce, which I unfortunately couldn't poison the sugar or honey with. After running around for a little bit, I headed into the bathroom that Reynard throws up in, and I found a second rat poison sat on the shelf. With that, I headed back to the sugar and honey, poisoned them both, and then carried on with the mission. When the squadron rolled up, I quickly tried to find a way into the bathroom by heading through the secret room into the garage, taking out the guard and dumping his body. Unfortunately, there was no way in from the outside without being spotted, so I headed back to the upper floor and headed down the main staircase just as Reynard was finishing up her phone call. I headed into the bathroom and lie in wait for Reynard to come and make a horrible mess. I took her out, and then her bodyguard followed her in and almost found me. However, I was too quick, gave him the old hee-yah, and then headed out through the garage, across the beach, through the long grass, blew up the car, and then managed to get out without any issues. I had finally completed the planet stage, and so it was now time to conduct the execution, so all HUD options were turned off, and the mission began again. Now the mission was going exceedingly well and all things were going according to plan until instead of becoming sick after drinking her tea, Reynard became imbued with some kung fu spirits and monkey bolted over the dining table. I ran away assuming that she was going to head through the bathroom door, but to my surprise she didn't show up and I couldn't find her anywhere. I turned my instinct back on and after scanning the area I eventually found a glowing red outline in the distance, heading out beyond the boundaries of the map. I quickly headed outside and followed Reynard, who appeared to be in some horrifying trance, and it actually got to a point where we went so far I was unable to follow her any further. I took her out and then obviously hit restart because that was without a doubt the weirdest thing that has happened to me in this game so far. So after hitting restart and beginning afresh, I present to you my no HUD, suit only, silent assassin, master difficulty run of Nightcall.
At the location. No hostile presence.
Understood. Alma Reynard's house is just up the beach. Our intel indicates that she and her team are laying low, most likely planning the militia's next strike.
Reynard is one of the Shadow Client's top lieutenants, and yet she's not a target.
Not yet, anyway. She's no doubt high on our client's list, but for now, it's information we seek. Infiltrate the house and get us a lead on the Shadow Client. Up for some B&E, 47.
On my way.
While no organization has yet claimed responsibility, authorities believe
47. That computer. See if you can't access it. Encrypted. Assuming there's a key, Reynard wouldn't just leave it lying around. Here we go. For the office computer, no doubt. Nicely done, 47. Should allow you to move more freely.
I'm in.
Hurry. I'm detecting movement up the road. A motorcade, possibly Reynard's.
Uploading the data.
Hold on. Receiving it now. Nothing on the Shadow Client or the other cells. No names, no aliases. I doubt she even knows whom she's working for. Wait, here's something. A message from Robert Knox of Kronstadt Industries. And by the sound of it, he's a Providence operative.
A defector.
Well, well, well. Client won't like this one bit.
And you can't wait to tell him. They're back. Multiple hostiles.
I see them. Damn. Okay, we've got what we're going to get. Go to stage 2, 47. Eliminate Reynard, and preferably without raising suspicion. One step ahead of the Shadow Client for once. Let's keep it that way.
Ugh, I thought this night would never end. What a snobfest. And I even missed out on the action.
I'm sorry you had to endure all that free champagne and cello music, Orson. What can I say? You really took one for the
Yeah,
team.
well, I say stick to what you know.
where she must, which is still reeling from last year's PR disaster, where stolen Kronstadt fighting drones were employed by Karanyang dictator
Welcome home,
against peaceful
and
civilians in the
guests.
Tungan Valley
It's
massacre.
Orson.
So far,
Orson.
Kronstadt has been silent about the
Ugh,
incident, but
never mind.
CEO Robert Knox is expected to make a statement early next week. Teen fans are barely out of their mourning period, but today, monumental record.
Max? Maximilian? Here, boy.
Jared, terrace all clear.
Copy that. Do a sweep of the upstairs while you're at it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
So, you gonna tell me who it was we just kidnapped?
House guests of the PM. The wife and 2 daughters of one Lance Donovan, the VP of Dynasty Global.
The online retailer?
Uh-huh. Donovan is back in London, working. He should receive the pictures as we speak.
Ah, blackmail.
Donovan's boss, Dynasty's CEO Rupert Pierce, is a top Providence operative. But we can't get near him, so I decided to, well, do a bit of outsourcing. Oh, could you fix me a cup of tea?
Sure thing. You want sugar? Honey?
Sugar.
No problemo.
Mr. Donovan. Who I am is not important. You have seen the pictures, yes? Good. Do it swiftly and without question. Do you have terms?
Don't know when you folks are back
Not
in
very
town, but,
convincing,
can you
Mr.
shout so I can
Donovan.
swing by and
Take
fix
a deep
that
breath
pesky bathroom
and try
ventilation
again.
system for you. I can't have the whole house smelling of nail polish now, can
Now,
we?
you will take the stairs up to the
And
rooftop
anywho, like I
helipad,
said,
where your
just
boss,
give me a
Rupert
shout.
Pierce, is
That's
taking
all
his
right.
morning
The
jog.
repair guy.
You will inform his guards that you are delivering an urgent message. You will approach Mr. Pierce, lure him close to the edge, and toss him off the building.
Hey, you want green tea? Or mango?
What do you think? You heard me, Mr. Donovan. The life of your boss for the life of your wife and daughters. Shouldn't be much of a choice, even for a workaholic. Do you understand me? Very good. Now, go. If I don't hear sirens from downtown London in 5 minutes, your family suffers the consequences. Best of luck, Mr. Donovan. We thank you for your sacrifice.
Is it done?
Good as.
And Mr. Donovan's wife and children?
The guys will let them go at the stroke of midnight, unless I say otherwise. Boss's orders. You know how squeamish he gets about collateral damage. Ugh. Unbelievable. Ugh. God, I need to get to the bathroom. Oh, jeez. Oh, gotta find it. Oh, God.
Target down. Well done, 47. Now get off the property.
We might have a possible disturbance. Or else it's just Max. I'll keep you posted. Nice.
mercs have discovered your boat, 47. They're on high alert, combing the beach for intruders. Proceed with caution. No way to get past them unnoticed. I suggest you cause a distraction, 47, and make it a loud one.
Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope that you enjoyed the video. If you are new to the series, then do be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with future episodes. We've been working our way through every Hitman level in chronological order. If you want to watch all of the episodes so far, then click the link in the description, which will take you to a playlist of all the runs we've accomplished so far. Again, thanks so much for the support on the series. It really does mean the world to me. I will catch you in the next video, where 47 finds himself in the Floridian city of Miami, ready to take on his next 2 targets.